eyes for y'all, my words sharpening my weapon, my pen, they giving my
tryna get his money. Hey yo, shalom, welcome back to my channel, man. So you know how it is. I'm a very talented gent, music producer slash rapper, all around good gent. How are you, my nigga?
Good, and you, man?
Good, man.
Easy.
So who is 3amnostalgia?
3amnostalgia is like, you know, a vulnerable artist, you know, an artist who, you know, turns his setbacks into his strengths through his music. You know, that's what I do.
Oh, yeah. So how would you actually describe your sound?
My sound varies, depends on what mood I'm in, but I have like 3 different sounds.
Yeah.
So I would have like the grimy, boom bappy sound where like my voice would be sort of like monotonous and deep.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's more of like my grimy, you know, edgy beats.
Yeah.
You know, that raw shit that I grew up on. It's just like a touch of, it feels like home. That's home. You know, that's where I started.
Yeah.
And then the sound branches out, you know, to your more atmospheric sound, colorful, very not necessarily, it's very like atmospheric and spacey.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Makes sense. I actually get quite a lot of that when I listen to you.
Yeah.
So when did it actually start?
It started in grade 5.
Yeah.
We were having a talent show at school.
Yeah.
I was always fascinated with rap, and I always told my friends that, yo, I'm going to rap one day, you know.
Yeah.
Not yet. I was just like, I'm gonna, but not yet, you know.
Yeah.
And then the day came, and the guys were like, we're writing a song, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna also write this thing, you know. I know what goes on. I know you're supposed to rhyme. So I started rhyming, and my first rap name then, I was 11 years old. My first rap name was Pac-Man. Yeah.
So who would you say had like your biggest influence, like musically and stylistically? Who did you kind of like mirror your sound?
I'd say it's a big mixture. I'm basically, if Travis, A$AP Rocky, and Old Sweat had a child, I'm that baby.
Yeah. So how do you actually like balance school and music?
That's one of like you know, as an artist sometimes you know, inspiration comes at the most odd times. Balancing school, sometimes I'll get a really nice bar in my head while the teacher's explaining the formula in class, and I'm like, ish, what do I do? Because this bar is gonna go away, but at the same time I gotta focus. So it's really a matter of just prioritizing, you know, as an artist, you know, focusing on the big picture.
So if you were to actually put people onto your discography, like how many EPs do you actually have?
Okay. So I have like 2 EPs out. I don't know if you saw on my SoundCloud, I think I removed that project, but it was my first project, you know, Kids of the Night. It's out on Audio Mac. You can give it out.
I actually checked it out on your Insta.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, but where is it now? Because it's not on
Insta. I was really young then. That's why I was like, hey, I'm old now. I don't make that type of music. But it's still out. It's still out there, you know. Very raw rapping. Still like a rough diamond, you know. And Kids of the Night. And then that was my first one in 2017. Then 2019, Euphoria. And then in between, in 2018, I dropped Nostalgia. The Nostalgia 4-track EP, the most personal piece of, you know, if you want to get to know me and where I come from, the Nostalgia piece, the 4-track EP is like where you should go.
And then the growth from Euphoria to this tape that you're about to drop, like, how would you describe the growth?
Alright, so here I noticed that, like, because Euphoria was like a very diverse album, you know. And I wanted to, like, people were telling me, I always take feedback, as much as I'm always in my mind. People were like, yo, we like that diverse, you know, feel, because, like, we don't know what to expect, you know. We don't know, it's like a, you know, movie. So I was like, okay, let me indulge in these styles that, like, I seem to have, like, fiddled with, you know, because I'd fiddle with the sound, I'd be like, ish, but that thing, that flow there, that thing, there's something about it. Let me investigate, and I would just indulge in that, and I'd find a new me, like a new version of myself within, I'll find a new version of myself within that flow. And it was also go with the other type of, I have like different voices, so different characters with different voices and stuff.
So creatively, like how do you actually, like how would you describe your creative process?
Depends what type of music I'm making. If I'm making like introspective stuff, you know, my hardstyle stuff, I would need to sit down and write, you know. But if I'm making my fun stuff, you know, I just need to be there in the studio. You can play a beat, I'll say the first 2 lines and think about it, but there's no writing involved with the trap stuff because it's easier, you know. Yeah, and the boom bap stuff is the stuff I need to sit down and be like, you know, damn.
Yeah, because like boom bap is somewhat like synonymous with like pure rap.
Pure. I can't be flunking there, you know. I can't be having fun. I have to be, as much as, but like,
And how do you actually deal with writer's block?
Good question.
Yeah.
Wow. So what I do is I'll take a page and not even paying attention to what I write, just my mind having just for my subconscious to know that the pen's moving. That trains my mind that it's like, okay, now we're in the mode, and then I'll put the page and then the pen will just start flowing. But I'll usually advise artists to, if you're having writer's block, just sit back and live life. You know, do whatever you were doing, go to school or get a job, and then like the creativity will just come like serendipity, you know, it will just come naturally.
Alright, so just take us into the new tape, Blurry. Yeah, like how the title actually come about, and just what type of headspace are you in now?
I'll admit it was 4 years in the making. I had this idea because I dropped Kids in the Night in 2017 when I was 17, and I was like, the lead up has to be Blur, like this album, this name, this whole thing, Blur. But like I kept trying to create something catered for Blur with my music. It was like, nah, it's not Blur. Nah, it's not Blur. And I just kept creating, like years. I was like, I was still looking for music that was with that album Blur, because that was just my take where, like, I finally found myself, you know, I'm in that stage, like, where Blur basically means that's why this year was the best year for me to write Blur. You know, the inspiration when it came now, I was like, that's Blur material. Because it's just, I was transitioning, you know, I was in a blurry state of like, I'm becoming an adult now. I'm not only a teenager, you know. What do I do with life? It's hazy, what's going on, you know? So I chose to express that.
Yeah, there's a really powerful joint you did on Blur. I think it's called Delirium.
Delirium.
Yeah, like what is it about? Because it's a really dark song and very introspective as well. Like as an ode to someone who
it's actually a reflection of myself. It's been like, it's just me looking at myself in third person now. You know, delirium is like a mental condition. I don't have it. I was just using it as a metaphorical. Delirium is like, you know, when old people just forget where they are. They just, what's going on, you know, like that's that thing. So in that song I was like, wow, I'm here now. Life, you know, correlates with the Blur title. So it was just like, what's going on? And then the lyrics go, it's been an awkward journey. I see it controversies. My secrets are dark and dirty. My demons are found in churches. The whole wordplay,
Alright. So now, when can we, am I actually allowed to ask you this? Like, when can you actually expect the tape? Like,
on any good day. And I might drop any minute.
Is it like fully like?
It's fully done. I'm already working on the next tape. You know, right now I'm already working on the next tape.
Why are you starting us, man?
I'm giving y'all singles for now to prepare you for the sound shift, you know, because it's not gonna be what you expected from me, but it's gonna be nice.
Like, who did you actually work with?
Okay.
Was it like in-house?
Some were in-house, and surprisingly, because I love the Canadian scene, you know, and listening to those, I always check for the producers, and I'll just message these guys like, yo, check out my stuff. So from Canada I got like a few producers, Jean-Andrea Moss and Jean-Andrea Moss in 95 and Blackjack. Those are like my international producers. They produced 3 joints there, sent me a beat on email, and I was like, wow, international sounds correlated with South Africa. So it's a big project. It's not only just, you know, home, it's universal.
Cool. So now, in terms of just who have you been like listening to? Like, who do you actually like look up to?
I look up to in the game here in South Africa.
Yeah, because you said something about Sipho the Gift.
Sipho the Gift.
Yeah, shout out to
Sipho. Shout out to Sipho. So yeah, those are the cats I'm looking at. Your Siphos, that whole camp. Your Siphos, your Tatos. your Katoso, your Tysons, shout out to your Tysons, shout out to your Doshis, shout out to who else again? There's a lot of these cats who inspire me in the game. Oshuku, we actually recently speaking. Yeah, Big Hash Black is also inspiring me. A lot of very, you know, melodic stuff. Who else? There's this kind of Maglera dope. It's like really a beautiful, like his deliverance.
Would you ever drop any joint in Venek?
I have a lot. It's just that I don't know how to introduce my friends to that side of me, because they like, you know. So with Blurry, there's a Venek song at the end which transitions to my 4-track Venek piece I'm currently done with. It's a very spiritual piece.
I get you. What would you like people to take from your music?
I want them to like take their deepest insecurities and sorrows and know that they're not alone. You know, we all going through shit out or things out here, and like, you know, you're just not alone. And that's why my music is just like a venting place, a place where you can just feel vulnerable. As 3 a.m. is the most vulnerable hour of the night. It's the most vulnerable hour of the night, and it's the hour where one could just, you know, everyone's alone at 3 a.m. That's when your thoughts are like the clearest. You know? And that's how I got my name. You know? It's just,
So my nigga, I think we've reached the end of the interview. But yo, man, you know, you have to give the people what they want, man.
What do they want?
A young 16, you know.
We're
just gonna wrap it up, man.
Wrap it up like that.
My words in cursive, I'm a writer's block. My energy is within, my nigga, I am God. These flows I'm surfing, I'm making these ties for y'all. My words sharpening my weapon, my pen, they giving my final art. Trust me, I'm just giving a piece of me, got all kinds of forms. Drum and shall I be busky, y'all. Used to rap about money, cars, and hoes in the sloppy top. Told the nigga stop the talk. Being just a hypocrite, falling off, can avoid the cause. Beat is like my sushi, shit, I came with the soya sauce. Ciphers at the corner store, to bite into my toaster soul. Give them food for thought, I got the vitamins to offer y'all. The pressure from the diamonds, enlightenment is from the start. Ego telling me not to sell out until I'm 44. Probably could've got a job, making sure that we all ate like an octagon. The Musha just got beef on plates. I ain't a poultry boy, yo. Out of the ordinary, myself I'm just solitary, killing all these thoughts. I just burn in the mortuaries. My mind is just scaring me these days. Oh yeah.
Man. Yo, man. What do you say, man?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. You're in front of greatness, man.
Shout out, man.
We out here.
We out here. 3 a.m. 3.